Ladies and gentlemen of the future Fandation Nation, hello. My name is Fernie, one of the hosts. Welcome to the show, and I'm here with my co-host as always, Gabe. How are you, Gabe?
Doing pretty good, pretty good. I mean, we got some interesting stuff to talk about
Oh,
today.
we have a lot of interesting stuff to talk about today. Also, I got a haircut.
I saw
Dude,
it. Looks good.
bro. I
Looks
I
fresh.
went to a barber for the first time in like a
A
year.
year?
Yeah, I've been cutting my own hair for a year, and I'm pretty sure my hairline receded like a whole inch, bro. You know what I'm talking about? Thank you very
Yeah.
much, Cold P. Welcome back. It's been a little bit since I've seen
Hey,
you in the
let's go,
chat.
Colby.
Welcome back. So yeah, welcome. Today's a special episode because we are live on two fronts. We are live on Twitch and on YouTube. Hopefully, from going forward from here on out, we will be trying to go live on both platforms. Just make it a little easier. We're not showing favoritism to each one. It's just specifically just so it might be a little easier for me on the VOD, so I don't have to download the entire VOD on my computer and then re-upload the entire VOD. In this case, they both go up at the same time. They both go download at the same time. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be awesome. And if you prefer one platform over the other, now you don't have to choose. Now you can just pick your favorite. So welcome. Today's gonna be an awesome show. We have a lot of things to talk about. So many to go through. So I think we have a little bit of Star Wars news, to talk about. Little teensy bit of DC news, but we'll just tie that in with the Warner Brothers section. We have a little bit of Marvel, and then at the end we're gonna be talking about our feelings on the show Invincible. So if you haven't watched the show Invincible yet, don't worry. We will start off with a non-spoilery review for it, but then we're gonna go completely deep dive on the show Invincible. So no, it's okay.
It's all right. I posted the Discord on Twitch. Maybe I'll pull up YouTube right now and post the Discord on there. That'll make it easier for questions to be asked on the Discord.
Yes, 100%.
Than it would be, because I'm only watching on Twitch. So I'm gonna pull up YouTube and I'll probably post the link on there as well.
Yeah. This is great. So
Therefore, if you have questions, put them on the Discord.
We're gonna try to start opening up the Discord and expanding it a little more, to have sections where if you want to talk about spoilers, if you want to talk about rumors, if you just have to have questions, or if you just want to talk and hang out, the Discord will be there and available. And it's gonna be awesome. We're gonna try to expand that a little bit. Don't worry about the Discord notifications. That's what we love to hear. You know what I'm talking about. So let me pull up the picture because the only Star Wars news we really have to talk about right now is the Obi Wan Kenobi show cast list, which I'm sure you saw, Gabe.
Yes. Let me bring up the picture again.
How do you feel about most of those names?
Very cool. There's some names that I found out. I do know what some of these people are playing, while others I have no clue.
Oh, really?
So, Ewan McGregor may come as shock to some people as playing Obi Wan.
What? No.
I know, right?
Hey, spoilers, bro. Should I put the spoiler tag?
Spoiler tag. Hayden Christensen is playing obviously Anakin Skywalker, Darth Vader.
Yes.
Now I don't know if I just saw a thumbnail and a YouTube video, but someone is claiming that Moses Ingram herself confirmed she's playing a Force user.
Yeah, so Moses Ingram, I could elaborate on this a little bit. Moses Ingram, she looks like this very, very beautiful woman. The green screen is not doing her justice, but there she is. So she actually posted on Instagram in a comment. It says, "I play with lightsabers," and then she hit it with the face. So a lot of people are thinking she's gonna be an Inquisitor, maybe.
She no, I mean I would say she looks kind of like the Inquisitor from Fallen Order, but I'm pretty sure she was just same thing as Cal Kestis was live captured, so it probably wouldn't be her. This could be a new Inquisitor though.
Yeah, I think it could be a Inquisitor. I'm not sure. Yeah, I agree. I don't think it's gonna be the one from
or
the Fallen
Asajj
Order.
Ventress, maybe. She seems kind of young to be Asajj.
No, I don't. I'm pretty sure at this point in the
I thought this was a
timeline.
new character though.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure at this point in the timeline, Asajj Ventress is like not helping Vader and stuff like that. I think she's on her own.
No, she's on her own by like she's doing her own thing by this point in time. So I was maybe they might show her, but
You're just spitballing. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. Joel Edgerton is reprising his role as Uncle Owen,
That's gonna be awesome.
and then Bonnie, I don't know how her last name
P.
Piesi
Pies.
or
Pies.
Pies. She's reprising her role as Aunt Beru. So
Wow.
those two are. Some people are like, "Is she Satine?" It's like, no.
No, that's
She was in episode 3. She was Aunt Beru at the time, and she's reprising her role.
very. I actually didn't even know that. That's awesome.
So the rest of this cast, though,
Is up,
who knows?
up in the air.
The rest of it, I have no idea who Kumail Nanjiani is playing. Honestly,
Yeah, yeah. Camille Nanjiani.
he's getting a lot of stuff though.
Hey,
so we'll
good
see.
for him, my man.
I know, right?
Hey, he's out here in the Eternals. He's gonna be in Obi Wan now. Yeah, that's gonna be dope as hell.
Indira Varma, she was the one that caught a lot of speculation.
Yeah, she is one of
not
the
that long
Vipers
ago.
from the Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm.
Super cool. She's Pedro Pascal's
Cool.
love interest in the Game of Thrones, if you remember.
Yeah,
I like this last name, Rupert Friend. His last name is Friend. I love
he's
that.
got the look of an Imperial kind of guy, but
Oh.
I wonder how much we're gonna see the Imperials on.
Yeah, he looks super evil. Look at this guy. Look how evil he looks. He just looks evil. But who knows? He could be super nice. I guess we'll find out.
O'Shea Jackson Jr. is gonna be in it, which
I
is cool.
love him.
I'm curious as who he's gonna be.
Yeah, I'm curious too. He's probably gonna be some like bounty hunter or something, or some like sort of like
I can see him being like a bounty hunter.
yeah,
type
like some,
character.
or bounty hunter or some sort of like scoundrel or something. Oh
Maybe
God.
even like a local on Tatooine that Obi Wan kind of maybe talks to a lot.
Yeah, 100%. It could easily. That'd be so cool. I just love him. He's so good. He was so great in Straight Outta Compton, and he was also in Godzilla 2.
Godzilla King of the Monsters.
Yeah, yeah. He wasn't bad in that either.
Is he gonna be in the third? They haven't shown any
I
footage
don't.
of him.
I don't think so. I think
Yeah.
it's yeah. I think he was replaced by the dude from Atlanta.
For sure. And then Sung Kang, I don't know of any of his work before.
I'm not quite familiar with Sun Kang.
It looks like in the back of his picture though, there's maybe a logo for Furious 7. So I don't know. Maybe he was in that movie. I'm not sure. I don't watch the Fast and Furious movies.
I also don't watch the Fast and the Furious movies.
Simone Kessel, people are spitballing her as well that she may be. They think either Indira or Simone maybe are playing Kanan's master from Rebels, just because there's kind of like some striking similarity between both of them.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
who knows? I mean, that would be a long shot to try to explain a connection between Kanan and his master with Obi Wan.
I mean, I would love to see Kanan's master though.
Yeah,
That'd be
cool
super
to see
cool
more
to
of her.
see.
And then Benny Safdie, I have no idea.
I've
who he
never
could be
heard-
playing either.
I've
Never heard of him,
I've never
so-
heard of this man before in my life. Anyone know of Benny Safdie? What has my boy Benny been in? Well,
Oh, and it's typoed. It looks like on the. Oh no, it's not.
oh,
It looks like
wait,
it's typoed.
they misspelled my boy's name on the fucking cast list.
No, it's just the E's are very hard to see on
So
on the picture they put.
So that is the current cast list that we have going on in for Obi-Wan that we have. I mean, obviously, you know, from what we could point out with Hayden Christensen and stuff like that, that there's certain characters that we know for sure. We know like the Aunt Beru and Uncle Owen are coming back and stuff. But these other characters, the unknowns, are going to be really interesting to see. Are all these people going to be residents of Tatooine, you know, or like is Obi-Wan actually going to do it? Is he going to leave Tatooine? Is he going to do missions and stuff like that? Guess we'll find out. I mean, because
Find out.
We're gonna find out. We don't. We really don't know much of the show. It's interesting to point out to remind people that this is technically not a Filoniverse show. This is its own thing, away from the universe. So it's gonna be interesting to see.
This should not be
where,
working with, and it should not be setting up anything in the future.
Yeah,
This is just kind of a
it
for
was
the fans type thing.
It wasn't it called the special event series or something, or
I think so,
something special edition series or something. Yeah,
this was originally supposed to be one of the movies when they announced spin-offs.
Yeah,
that was
when they announced the Boba Fett movie, this was one of the movies.
Yep.
This is one of the movies they were supposed to make. So
and it got turned into a show. So
I mean, hey, you know what? I'm fine with that. Give us a little more. You know what I mean?
fine.
Give us a little more. I'm fine with it.
And now Boba Fett got his own show too. So I mean, it all worked out, right?
Yeah, Boba got his own show. Hey, everyone, even Lando's getting his own show. Everyone's getting a show out here. Everyone, give Finn Wolfhard a Baby Kylo show.
I want to see that. Imagine if they do. This is going back into retconning the sequel trilogy, but if they do it and then they introduce young Ben in this timeline and it's Finn Wolfhard, I'm in. I'm fully in.
You're in?
I'm in.
And if it just changes everything.
Kid Finn Wolfhard. Mm-hmm.
Oh man, but that would just feel so weird. It would just nothing gets Finn Wolfhard. I think he could nail it. I just think it would just feel so weird changing the sequel trilogy, dude. It was just like,
I just don't see a future with the sequel trilogy. That's why, I don't know what they're gonna do.
There is no future.
It just kind of it. In my opinion, it killed the Star Wars universe. There's nothing interesting moving forward with it. It needs to kind of change everything just so they can have a future going past that time period. Because I don't know. I mean,
there you go.
You're just gonna rehash the sequel trilogy again, I guess, if you have another Dark Lord come up after Rey dealt with the Emperor, you know?
Yeah, man. I mean, realistically, if the only way they could do it is Grogu, right? It's because Grogu's like a baby and he can live hundreds of years. I'm telling you, the next trilogy, just 200 years after Rey, fuck that bitch. I love Daisy Ridley, but fuck that bitch.
Yeah.
And then 200 years past her, Grogu's in his prime. You know, he's got a six pack. He's got pecs, and he's just fucking shit up, bro. He's and that's I think he has his own academy and shit. That's the next sequel trilogy that I want to see. Because nothing with Rey is gonna happen, dude.
No.
I mean, we'll bring up Daisy Ridley a little later because there's some interesting stuff about her. But, yeah, I mean, I've heard some of them are interested in coming back.
What?
To reprise their role. Some of them actually are.
Who? I mean, I think Daisy Ridley said that she'd be fine with it.
Yeah, Daisy Ridley.
She's the only one I know of.
I think, God, John Boyega said under the right direction. But Oscar Isaac said no way.
Yeah, Oscar Isaac's not coming back unless he desperately needs money.
Yeah, isn't that kind of funny?
Then,
that's probably how fucking what's his name, Han Solo, Harrison Ford felt, you know, because Harrison Ford kind of hates Star Wars, low key, but he also crashed 7 planes.
So he kind of needs the money. It's unfortunate because I feel like Oscar Isaac's not even that type of guy, but I just think he just wasn't happy with what happened with the sequels and
well, Poe just
I think he knows that there's not much
Yeah.
attachment to his character anyway, so he's like, I don't have no reason to go back and do that
Mhm.
when I'm doing more exciting things anyway right now.
Yeah, Moon Knight maybe unconfirmed.
Yeah. I think Finn though, that's another I think he would do it, but if there was a promise that
they're all all right, listen, Finn.
There's an outline that he can look at.
They're
I don't think he'd do it without an outline again.
They're like, listen, Finn, we're gonna bring you back. It's 50 years in the future. You're old man Finn. You're actually a Jedi now. You're a badass. You and Rey built the Jedi Order or whatever. And it's you lost one arm. It's 50 years. It's been nuts. And you're gonna be this old man and wisdom person. Do you want to come back? He'll probably be all okay. That's more of Vision than coming back just to come back. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I honestly don't think he's coming back unless he's getting a Jedi role. Like,
Yeah.
I
Oh
think
yeah.
he's
No.
straight up just like I'm not coming back unless I'm promised to use a lightsaber for like however many movies or shows you want me to be in, and I need to be a Jedi. Like
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be.
Me either, dude. That's what I'd be like. I'm coming back as a Jedi or like a Sith Lord or some shit. Like I'm having powers and I'm having my own toys. Like
Yeah.
like
Having every iteration of my character come out in toy form, unlike what happened last time.
literally, we were talking about it. The 50th anniversary hasn't released any toys of like Finn.
No sequel trilogy stuff.
That's so sad.
We got EU stuff, so I mean, EU's still living strong apparently.
Oh, but don't ask Kathleen Kennedy because according to her, there's nothing to pull from. Those stuff don't exist.
But they can pull stuff from it for action figure purposes.
Yeah,
money.
Let's not talk about that. So, okay. Let's move on past a little bit of Star Wars. That's basically all we know from Star Wars for right now. Let's just move on to the Warner Brothers section. Really quickly, we just have a confirmed release date for Black Adam. The other day, we talked about how Dr. Fate has been casted. It's the old school 007. He has been casted as Dr. Fate, and he will be in Black Adam. And Black Adam has an official release date of July 29th, 2022.
That's I'm assuming they've started filming already. I mean,
I think so.
I know there's been
The Rock has been
Dwayne The
real
Rock Johnson's
vocal.
been posting stuff
Yeah,
about
he's been real vocal
working
about
out for the role and
Homie's always working
doing
out, though.
shoot days and stuff. And
How can you? What can you really trust about Dwayne The Rock Johnson when he says working out for a role? Homie's always working out.
True. I mean, I think every movie project that he's going to be doing has to be done by 2024 when he runs for president. So
Yeah, true, very true.
I think they're on a time limit here.
I like that, because I'm just thinking about like the whole Snyderverse thing, because according to a friend of the show, Diet Ice, Aaron, also a member of the Fandation Nation, he was saying that according to sources, they are actually considering to restoring the Snyderverse. That Warner is the one that's like putting their foot down saying no, but apparently HBO Max is like saying, well, we'll do it.
We'll do it.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So, I don't know how that's gonna. Who knows, man? It's a wild ride right now, man. I mean, I could see. So how did that work? Like, how would that work? Like, because is HBO the different company from Warner? I'm assuming, right? So. Would they just license?
No. It's under the same umbrella, parent umbrella.
Yeah, but technically they're like different branches, right? They're not like the same
Yeah.
bosses or whatever. So like the boss of HBO is not the boss of Warner, like Warner Media.
No.
So what is it like? Is he implying like a Netflix thing with like the Daredevil characters? You know, like just license us the characters and we will release our own little.
It's possible, but like. The reason why I still think there's still a battle to be had because it's still Warner is still ultimately in charge.
Yeah.
And they're just gonna keep saying no because they're so adamant about it. Even though HBO wants to do it, they can't do anything unless Warner gives them the green light. And I think what's gonna come into issue here is that even if they do approve it, they're gonna try to handicap the Snyderverse by saying like, well, you can't use Gal Gadot, and you can't use Aquaman, you can't use all these other because they're in our universe. So you're gonna have to find someone else to. They're basically gonna try to hardball it and like make it so like they can't come to an agreement.
So yeah, it would be like this. It would basically be the CW version of the Snyderverse.
Mm-hmm.
What if Warner Brothers? What if Warner Brothers is like, all right, look, you guys want the Snyderverse so bad, we're gonna give the story to Jeff Johns. And he could only exclusively do it on the CW shows.
No Ben Affleck. You have to use.
You have to use the actor that plays
Batwoman.
You have to use You have to use both Batwomans, the new one and the new burnt up Kate Kane.
And the Batwoman has to be the starting point for the Snyderverse.
Yeah, 100%. The Joker from Gotham is gonna be. God, that's the worst version of Joker. You guys want to talk about Jared Leto being the worst? The final version of the Joker in the Gotham show, like the final episode, the one that actually shows Cameron Monaghan in the makeup, that was the ugliest version of the Joker I've ever seen, dude. Like that one's disgusting.
Yeah.
Because that's the version of the Joker that got his face because of a chemical burn, so it's like all fucked up, and he's just like, "Argh." Cameron Monaghan did, God. The Jerome character got fucking robbed on Gotham because Gotham was like, "Hey, can we do Joker?" And they're all like, and then Warner was like, No, you can't do Joker." And they're all like, "But we're doing a show about Batman, and I think it'd be really good for the show if we did Joker." And they're all like, "No, you can't do Joker." So they're all like, "All right, we're gonna make a guy named Jerome, who's exactly like the Joker, but he's not the Joker." So
The inspiration.
So they had Jerome in Gotham, played by Cameron Monaghan, fucking Cal Kestis himself, and he was awesome. He was the perfect version of the TV Joker ever. Cameron Monaghan, Jerome was the perfect version. Like they faked killed him. They gave him like the actual iconic mouth and everything. It was fucking perfect. But he wasn't Joker because they couldn't call him Joker because of licensing issues. And then they do this whole fucking bullshit where they kill him, and he had a secret twin brother named like Jeremiah, and Jeremiah was evil, and he was like the smarter version of him. So, but like both their consciousness combined, and he went crazy, and he had like nasty yellow eyes and shit. And then at the end of the show, he technically was a Joker. He was just dressed exactly like him, but his face was fucked up, so he didn't look exactly like him. And that's all because the whole like licensing and like you can't touch our characters because it's fucking with the movie type of thing.
I think that's exactly what's gonna happen too with like, again, I brought it up. I was like, they're gonna. I think Warner's afraid because they're so insistent on doing what they're doing that they're gonna be like, okay, well, how are our actors gonna feel if they're being way better received in the Snyderverse stuff than they are in our things, and then they're not gonna want to fulfill out their contract. They're gonna, there's gonna be issues.
Yeah,
like a lot more drama than there already is.
Well, that's their fucking fault. They shouldn't.
It's their own fault.
Yeah,
but like I think that's the ultimate reason why it's gonna get like held back, or like there's gonna be all these issues leading up to it.
Yeah,
I mean it comes down to they're being stubborn. They don't want to like admit it and just be like, okay, we'll just drop our current slate and move forward with the Snyderverse stuff. Like, I don't know, because I think at this point, I think it's fair to say that I don't even think it's possible to do like a Snyderverse on HBO Max, and then like it's just messy because they have the same actors. And it's like the same characters.
Yeah, but it's like the whole logic why they're probably not going to do the Ayer cut. Like, as much as I want the Ayer cut, it makes no sense in marketing wise. Like you have the Suicide Squad coming out really soon. It's just it would mess everything up. Like yeah, they have the content ready to go, and yeah, it was another director that got robbed from the experience, but like. Yeah, from marketing wise, it would just make no sense to release the Ayer cut. As much as I would love to have it released, it's too close to the other Suicide Squad, and that movie just looks too good. Like that movie looks awesome. You know what I mean? Like
significantly better than the first one.
Yeah, and it's a soft reboot.
Quality. Yeah.
So it's like I'm sure they're not gonna want to release the Ayer cut right before, and then have everyone be all like, "Oh, so this is the first," no, they're probably just trying to like gently nudge it and stuff like that.
I would love to see the Snyderverse continue, but it seems like it's just going to be Warner Brothers is going to be the ultimate bad guy in, the middle of the road that's just going to not allow it to happen.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but yeah, hey, sometimes Warner Brothers could be a bad guy, but sometimes it could be a good guy because apparently Godzilla vs. Kong ain't that bad. It's sitting at an 85%. Hey, are we watching it Tuesday night?
I think so. I mean, I don't see why not.
I mean, I'm not doing anything. I'm watching it. Because that's probably
It's
what
my
we're
last week
talking
off,
about.
so.
That's probably what we're talking. Yeah, it's like our last week off, man. We gotta just enjoy it. We gotta watch shit. Yeah, because it comes out Tuesday night, I'm pretty sure, and then
Mhm.
Wednesday's show is probably gonna be us fucking breaking that shit down. Um, but yeah, man, it's being well received so far. Um, I haven't really heard much about it. I just heard that maybe some monsters we're not expecting or whatever. I've heard and there's also monsters that we're definitely expecting. You know, like that everyone is
Yeah.
100% knows is coming. I'm curious about I haven't seen anything in like spoiler wise of who's gonna win the fight. I think we all have an idea that Godzilla is just gonna nuke King Kong. As much as I want Kong to win, but I mean, hey man, we're in the final countdown for Kong versus Godzilla.
Yeah, I mean, we'll find out.
We've been saying that I've been saying Kong's gonna win, and you've been saying Zilla's gonna take it.
Godzilla's got it easy.
He's
Easy
gonna
peasy.
he's gonna be wearing Yeezys while he's taking them down. You know, he's gonna be wearing the Little Nas X shoes.
Do you see the theory that this is technically the same universe as the original Godzilla vs. Kong?
What? No, I haven't.
So there's the theory that because there's like when Kong goes to get the axe, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's the image of Kong and Godzilla fighting already. Like it's already happened before.
So that's the.
So they're like saying like kind of like it already happened. Like this is a rematch of sorts.
Wow.
And that Kong won the first one, even though we're not gonna say directly that it is, you know, the first movie is the very first, you know, version of this. We're just gonna say that the events of that movie happened, but we're gonna maybe retcon exactly how it happened, you know.
Yeah, because I thought in the first one they both just separated and went into the ocean in different directions.
There was no definitive real winner in that one, but it was, if you were to give a definitive winner, it was Kong. Supposedly, is what everyone says. Like Kong technically like beats Godzilla to submission, but they go their separate ways at the end. Like no one dies or anything. So they're saying that they're taking kind of like the idea of the event already having happened before, and that Kong won. That's why there's that axe, and maybe he just doesn't remember, or it was a different Kong. It was Kong's parents that fought in that battle.
Yeah, because we know he had a family yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, what if Kong was a baby Kong? When all that was going down. Dude, if we get a flashback, oh my god. If we get a flashback to the original battles, you know?
To the original.
That'd be so sick. And there's like just freaking kaijus all over the place. Like fucking 3 Godzillas fighting like 10 King Kongs and shit like that. Because like that was the war, right? Like the war that killed both of them or whatever. Or that killed a lot of them.
I think so. Something like it was supposed to be like the war of the who would be the ultimate protector of Earth or something like that.
Yeah, man. So that'd be sick. Just like a flashback, just like freaking. Cause like imagine, it's like Kong, like who like down there looking for the axe and shit, and then you're looking at all the fucking like cave drawings and shit, and then boom, flashback to Baby Kong.
Shows, yeah.
Flashback to Baby Kong.
Like the Zack Snyder Justice League where it goes back to the cutscene of the fight.
It's like the dark side scene. It's Kong.
Oh my gosh.
Kong walks up to the wall with a big ass arrow, puts it in, it slides up, and then Kong walks up and it's Darkseid fighting King Kong.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, who would win? Darkseid or Darkseid versus King Kong?
I feel like Darkseid, right? Like he just lasers him, right?
You think the Omega Beams could take out all of King Kong? I think the Omega Beams could take out like maybe a couple fingers in one blast.
Yeah.
But I don't think they could take out all of King Kong in one blast. That's a lot of mass. That's a lot of mass.
DC Universe crossover with Godzilla Monsterverse. I mean, let's go.
They should do it. Hey,
do it.
Warner Brothers, if you don't want to restore the Snyderverse, well, at least make this happen. You know, make some crazy shit. Just the matchups we never thought we'd see.
Okay, what if Justice League 2?
Okay.
The Justice League dies. All of them die. No one survives.
Dead.
No Batman. all of them are just dead.
Dead.
Darkseid thinks he's ruling the planet Earth. He's conquered the planet Earth.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, on the horizon, you just see Kong with the giant axe walking through, and then from the sea comes Godzilla.
Hell yeah!
Darkseid and the parademons have to fight Godzilla and Kong.
Dude, that'd be the most crazy thing ever. Millie Bobby Brown is riding on top of Godzilla.
On top of Godzilla. Godzilla does the roar. The rest of all the Titans come up and they all just start fighting.
That giant mammoth from the first movie. Did you see that one? Right? Oh man, that'd be awesome. Versus Darkseid.
Just Darkseid and all the.
It would basically be Endgame, but Darkseid versus the kaiju. That
you gotta have the same scene shot for shot. Darkseid's just standing on the cliff top with all the parademons, and then you see Kong just call the Godzilla axe to his hand. He just makes some monkey noises, and the whole entire side just start charging each other.
Oh, that'd be amazing, dude. I would pay that $30 Disney Plus premium. I know it's not on Disney Plus, but I would pay that $30 Disney Plus premium just to watch that. Just to watch that scene. That scene alone.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, well, I'm excited. It comes out tomorrow night, technically. Yeah. It comes out tomorrow night.
That's crazy, tomorrow night.
It's already out in theaters in some parts of the world, so that's why a lot of people have seen it already. So, maybe avoid certain YouTube videos from certain people in the world, like Australia and the UK and shit like that, if you want to just avoid spoilers. But for the most part, it's just around the corner. I'd pay so much to see this. Dude, me too, man.
It'd be crazy.
I'm sure Marvel would probably be kind of annoyed.
Have some issues,
yeah, Kevin
Feige. Imagine Kong just jumping up in the air with the axe, lightning hitting the axe, his eyes are glowing with lightning.
Darkseid shoots still mega beams at the axe. It's the scene from the trailer, but with Darkseid.
Oh my god,
dude, that's what I want to see, man.
You see Ghidorah with the two heads shooting the lightning on the sides. It looks like Iron Man flying through.
Granny Goodness, fucking Elizabeth Warren out there in the background, it's fucking shit up. Oh man,
that's crazy. They actually got Elizabeth Warren to be in the movie. I can't believe it. I thought she was busy, but I guess
she was
not.
busy not being president. Oh man. Okay, so let's move on to a little bit of Marvel news. There's a little bit of just a little bit of Marvel news. A lot of Spider-Man drama happening right now. But when isn't there Spider-Man drama happening? You know what I'm talking about? So just on the highlight, Russell Crowe has been casted in Thor: Love and Thunder. Apparently, just a small. So yeah, Mephisto confirmed. Small little cameo role. So definitely Mephisto, 100%.
I wonder, because I didn't see anything that didn't say it wasn't an important cameo. They just said it was a cameo.
You think they'd give him Beta Ray Bill?
I don't know about Beta Ray Bill, but I think I kind of like the idea that he may be playing a Greek god. He might be playing Zeus, and that's the entry door for Hercules to come into the MCU.
Yeah, that'd be interesting because okay, what if they tease Hercules, right? And then they actually pay him off in the Eternals.
I would love that. I think that'd be cool.
Cause what's coming first?
Be a way to introduce the Greek gods as well.
What
they haven't done it.
What's coming first? The Eternals or Thor: Love and Thunder?
Eternals is November.
Oh, so Eternals is coming first. Yeah. Oh man. Dude,
they could tease. There's a lot of things they could be teasing in the Eternals. It's so they've already confirmed that they're going to be in Egypt, Mexico. Basically, the Eternals are setting up civilization, in those regions of the world.
Yeah.
So I'm curious if the Greek gods are also popular with lots of gods in mythology. So I feel like
that'd be really cool.
They would be shown too. There's a good chance that they get shown and they show the Greeks have their mythology as well.
Yeah, because it's kind of funny to think about that. We never really think that Thor and Loki are gods. Thor, Loki, and Odin, and we've had them the entire time. And then like you hear names like Zeus and Hercules, and you're like, that's ridiculous. Like like, but it's like, bro, Thor, Odin, and Loki have been here the entire time. It's like you think Hercules and Zeus are ridiculous? You think Poseidon is ridiculous? I was like, dog. So yeah, that's interesting. Like there's so many things that haven't been talked on, and then I mean, who knows what's happening with Eternals? Like realistically, like who the fuck knows, man? Like
I would like a trailer.
I
That'd be
would
great.
love a trailer. It's coming out this year.
I know.
It's coming out in a couple months. Yeah.
That's even sooner.
We have 4 movies coming out this year, and 3 of them we don't have trailers for. Like that's nuts. Remember back in the day when we used to get like a trailer like a year and a half before the movie would come out?
I know. Is this gonna be the new norm?
I guess so, man. I guess
a month before
the
movie comes out.
Hey man, all these they're trying to defend us from WandaVision. Like they don't want all these rumors and speculations to pop up, so they're just keeping us dry.
I mean, like, I don't see like how they could like realistically use COVID as an excuse. I mean, how much? I mean, is a trailer really that hard to come up with?
I mean,
especially if you're distancing.
If it's coming out soon, they should, dude.
They should already have something.
The Batman made one of the best trailers with 20% of the footage.
Right.
Like that was one of the best. Like that's notoriously one of the best trailers out right now. For like Robert Pattinson, the Batman.
Yeah.
That was like 20% of the footage.
There's no way that they didn't give away any plot. They showed a lot of cool things. I'm so curious because it looks like a lot of the movie was done, but it's only 20%.
Exactly. It's like, come on.
I'm curious. What are they? I wonder if they're using COVID as the guise, but really it's just that they don't want to be putting stuff out there because it's the brand. It's the beginning of a new era of Marvel, and that they're just kind of like trying to hold it all off. I don't know.
Maybe I don't know, man. There's no reason.
It just seems weird to me that there's no reason why you should not have trailers out.
At this point in time,
unless you're holding stuff,
there isn't even a teaser. You know what I mean? Like,
give us a teaser.
Like, like at this point, give us a teaser. Like teasers are what, like a 15-second clip of whatever. You know what I mean? Like that at least. But
that was one of these dudes. In live action, in their costumes. That's
exactly, dude.
Show me something.
All we've seen is concept art. Realistically, all we've seen is concept art. How was there not even
like a story teaser yet for Shang-Chi? Like it's coming out in June, July.
Isn't this funny how like the character that people don't really know about that we should be getting trailers for, or
to get people excited for these,
to get people hyped up, are the ones that are getting like no love. Like, bro,
the casual audience is not getting anything to work.
Where's the marketing?
We've had trailers for Black Widow for a whole maybe like 2 years now.
Yeah, and
like,
then each trailer at the end they keep saying, "By the way, it's delayed." Like, like what the hell? It's like I don't get it, man. I don't even know. I know a lot about comic book characters, but I know nothing about Shang-Chi or the Eternals.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like even for the hardcore, like they're lucky enough. There's a lot of hardcore fans that are gonna watch it because they want to learn more about these things.
Yeah.
But like the casuals, they don't know. They're not gonna care. They're gonna take it as it comes.
Yeah. They're just gonna watch it because it's Marvel. But like, it's interesting, man.
I just want to see something.
Yeah, that's me too. Like my friend.
Show me Shang-Chi in his costume or something. I don't know.
My friend Ben, Cold Cuts. He told me that there is like a new Eternals Lego set that was just released that shows their ship, and I'm like, well, that's interesting. I wish they did. I wish that they weren't showing stuff through the Lego sets. Like I wish it was through fucking trailers and stuff. But
Lego's out here again, doing the fans a solid. Being like, they don't want to release anything, we'll release it.
Yeah, bro. Distorted 6. What's up, man? Just like Halo. What's Halo? Like the new one? Halo Infinite? Are they releasing every... Well, yeah, Halo Infinite's going through a freaking mess right now on its own. Looking like Fortnite and fucking... bro. But look.
How the mighty have fallen.
Give us trailers. That's all we want, dog. We just want trailers, and we want to be informed because these movies are coming out this year, dog.
I think it's crazy. I haven't seen any even like leaked photo set images from Shang-Chi or anything. I've seen some from Eternals. I've seen.
Are they filming
for Shang-Chi?
Are they done filming?
I hope. I mean, it's coming out before Eternals.
Yeah, I mean, it is coming out this year. I would hope they're done filming. Holy crap!
That's the thing, though. Is that there's set images for Doctor Strange 2. There's set images for Spider-Man 3. There's set images for, what's it called? A Hawkeye, which is coming on 2022.
Yeah,
right.
There has been set images.
There's even for Thor and Love and Thunder. I mean,
dude, now the more you say that shit, you're right. There has been so many set photos.
I haven't seen anything for Shang-Chi, and that's
nothing.
Kind of concerning.
And then, dude, they're setting up so much. It's not only the Shang-Chi, it's Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings, dude. That's like the Mandarin and shit, bro.
You know,
it's like, what are they doing? Kevin Feige, what's up, man? Where the trailers at?
He's slacking. I don't know.
Dude, he had a whole year off. What the fuck were they doing? I'm sorry, Kevin Feige. I don't mean to yell at you. I love you. I'm a simp.
We just want to see what you guys are working on.
Yeah, we just want to know. We love you so much. We just want to know what you're working on, man. Okay, enough about that. Daisy Ridley. We've known that she's been interested in playing Spider-Woman. But apparently she has read the script for Spider-Woman, the Sony project that's coming out, and she loves it apparently, and she's interested in playing it. I'm all for Daisy Ridley to be Spider-Woman, if I'm being honest, 100%.
Yeah,
give her more work.
In MCU, but I mean,
yeah, that is a shame.
See it.
Does MCU own any Spider characters that isn't Sony? No, none of them.
Nope, they'd have to work out a deal with Sony in order to use them.
Yeah, it's awkward. I mean, hey, the Sonyverse. Well,
I mean, if you think about it, I mean,
they crossed over with Venom.
Yeah.
Which, I mean,
that's gonna be an.
But then apparently
that seems like a bit of a giant. I mean, Venom's already kind of establishing himself, and if she's barely gonna be introduced.
But eventually, isn't Tom Holland supposed to cross over with him anyway?
That's what the rumor is. I don't know if any of that's actually going to happen.
Yes, 6, that is correct. They do have the animated rights. They have the animated rights and the TV rights, I believe. Or they have the animated episodic rights. I think they have the animated full-length movie rights. They have the animated TV show rights. If I remember correctly. Yeah, so that's why they can have like the Amazing Spider-Man on Disney Plus, but they can't have the Into the Spider-Verse. Yeah. But yeah, man, I mean, Daisy Ridley, I mean, I'd be down to see her in that spider suit. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, I mean,
but speaking of Spider-Man, apparently Spider-Man 3 has officially wrapped. According to multiple different things, Tom Holland's Instagram story, his trainer's post, a stunt double's Instagram post have all confirmed that shooting has wrapped, which means that's the end. We've also learned from background photos and T-shirt leaks that Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, his stunt double has spotted, and in the crew T-shirts for some of these Spider-Man like crew. Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man is on the T-shirt, so that's interesting. Keyword, only Andrew Garfield Spider-Man and not Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. Now, the reason why we specifically say that is because according to what was it, Screen Leak? That was the Twitter account.
Yeah.
So according to Screen Leak on Twitter, they have apparently they're like a US UK. They have like a lot of people in the industry. In the film industry. According to them, a source has told them that Tobey Maguire is not in Spider-Man 3 and will be heavily involved in Doctor Strange 2, and he will be playing a Peter B. Parker-esque role, like how he was in Into the Spider-Verse, but in Doctor Strange 2 for Spider-Man. Now, mind you, Screen Leak has 94 followers on Twitter. They have no real claim. They haven't made. They haven't had any other like big story before that has been accurate or thing that has anyone. But this is a story that's blowing up right now. That Screen Leak have reported this. According, this comes from like their U.S. and U.K. people in the film industry that knows a lot about it. I have said before on a side little theory on the show before that I think personally that Toby would be in Doctor Strange 2 leading into Spider-Man 4, but I thought it was more of like an after credit scene than him being heavily involved, like this leak is saying. What do you think, Gabe?
So having fun with this leak,
Yeah,
and saying that it is true. I'm interested in how that's going to affect Spider-Man 3 because Spider-Man 3, a lot of the appeal is that Tom Holland would interact with both Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. And if this kind of leads you to assume that only Andrew Garfield Spider-Man will be in Spider-Man 3, that's not necessarily the dynamic a lot of people I think were excited for. Like people were like, it was kind of like a bonus throw in, like, yeah, that'd be cool. But like I think people were more excited to see Tobey Maguire interact with Tom Holland.
Now, what if is Tom Holland gonna be in Doctor Strange 2? Do we don't know?
We don't know. I mean, according to Tom, Spider-Man 3 was the last thing on his books for a while.
Now, what if at the end of Spider-Man 3, right? Like the whole movie is like Tom and Andrew, right? At the end of Spider-Man 3, the after credit scene is Toby leading into Doctor Strange.
I can see that. I think if we're gonna go with this, yeah, let's have fun. So I think Spider-Man 3 will be, according to this leak, will be obviously just Andrew Garfield and Tom Holland Spider-Man. They'll be working together. The multiverse is gonna get messed up at the end of the. Like, there'll be a merging of the multiverse kind of type thing in the movie, and then at the end it's gonna go out of whack because of Wanda, right?
Yeah.
Tom Holland will get trapped in a universe that's not the 616, and Toby will appear in the 616 to Doctor Strange in the end credit scene.
Oh, you think they're gonna switch?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And it'll be more of like, you're not my Spider-Man. You're not the Spider-Man from my universe.
Hashtag not my Spider-Man.
Not my Spider-Man.
After credit scene, anyone order pizza? That'd be sick.
No, it better be like the Doctor Strange, like, you know, glow thing.
Yeah.
And it better be Spider-Man going like this.
A little dance.
And then I think obviously that would lead into, if that's the case, then Tobey Maguire would be the main Spider-Man in Doctor Strange 2, where he's enlisted by Doctor Strange to fix the multiverse, and like by the end of that movie,
nuts. That would be nuts, dude. Imagine if Doctor Strange 2 did that though.
that'd be crazy.
That would be nuts. And then, hey, Sam Raimi's directing that one.
That's why I'm saying it makes sense that I mean, granted,
like
someone could be like, make that connection, be like, let's make up something, you know, but like,
yeah,
it does make sense to me. And then it's weird to me that all the leaks, all the mistakes coming from the Spider-Man 3 camp haven't really been talking about Toby. It's been Andrew's been the one that's been like teased or, you know, accidentally leaked.
Yeah.
And even it shows Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, not Toby.
And then, hey, when people kept asking Tom if Toby and Andrew are going to be in the movie, he said no. He said no. No one's ever asked him if it's just Andrew. You know what I mean? Like, everyone have always asked him if it's Toby and Andrew. And he's always said, hey, look, Toby and Andrew aren't in the movie. Well, what if he's right? What if it's just...
He wouldn't have been lying. Technically, he'd have been like, yeah, Toby and Andrew aren't in it.
Yeah, no, it's just Andrew. Yeah, like, see, oh, you son of a bitch, Tom. I'm not saying anything bad about your mom, Tom.
If it comes and goes, we're not gonna get that big payoff that we were talking about. The Ben, Ben Parker. We're not gonna get it. I don't think it would happen at that point. I think we possibly won't even see Toby and Tom interact at that point because they'll
I mean,
he'll have helped them without knowing it.
unless it's an end credit scene.
Right.
Because look, I've also heard this. I mean, this has been a leak that's been going around for a while. What if we just get a Ralph Boner moment with Toby? Yeah, well, that's what we were talking about. We talked about this in one of the other streams that were like, because we were saying how Electro apparently isn't gonna be blue. He's gonna be different. Doc Ock is like might be a little different. So we were like, well, what if like they're literally nobodies? What if Electro is just homie from something electrician? He's like just an electrician, or like Dr. Octopus, the marine biologist. Like they're literally no one. Like like that would be annoying. But I mean, touche. You know what I mean? Like touche. But look. When it comes to Spider-Man and like this one, right? Like, do you think Andrew Garfield is not enough? Do you think it has to be both?
I think the movie sounds more compelling with both. It's gonna be awesome regardless, I think. But I mean, even going back to our previous discussions, our highlights, our most hype stuff was the idea of Tom and Toby interacting.
Yeah.
Not really with Andrew. And Andrew's a cool Spider-Man. He wasn't really necessarily, in my opinion, that great of a Peter Parker. And I think I think the dynamic was going to be interesting because we would see Marvel really flesh out the idea that maybe Toby is a better Peter Parker, just like kind of most people I think agree.
Mm-hmm.
And that Andrew Garfield would give him more of the Spider-Man edge, the Spider-Man like you can be your own person type, you don't need anyone else to be your own hero type of thing.
Yeah. Man, I just think we hyped up our own. I mean, because look, I don't want to. But then, that's the annoying thing, right? It's like we can't say that we hyped it up because, like, yeah, it's the whole WandaVision thing. It's like, oh, you guys are your theories and rumor. They're hyping it up, but then you have shit like the whole Twitter thing, where an official Twitter account and the official like Twitter support account were like tweeting each other, and then you've had all these like reports and you have all these like behind the scenes and oh, Toby is getting a costume fit. Like why the fuck is he getting a costume? It's like all these little things that are just like that work together that just like lead into one thing. It kind of sucks. Like yeah, you kind of do have to blame your internal type a little bit, but it's like, man, there's just so many things that were just in your face.
With this Spider-Man 3 stuff, it's kind of, I think, if none of this ends up happening, I don't necessarily blame the fans so much anymore. I would blame the studio.
Yeah.
Because they got lazy. They got sloppy. Instead of relying on themselves to try to build up their own hype for the movie, they relied on the fan theories again. They would have relied on doing like the Twitter thing. That's totally relying on the fan theories to like get the hype going because, oh, let's let Twitter make a bio. We asked Twitter for a bio. They named the thing that all the fans have been asking for, clamoring for or theorizing about, and then we don't shut it down. We let it go.
We just let it happen.
And then we're letting our crew, not that it's up to them really, but the crew's been sloppy and letting like these things leak with like the Andrew Garfield on the Spider-Man shirt and stuff like that. The stuntmen posting pictures when they damn well know they shouldn't be posting pictures. And
commenting, liking comments and shit like that.
Right.
It's like, yeah, man.
It's like that's on the studio for being a little sloppy. And I mean, they were deleted, so that goes to show that there's possibly something to it. But I don't know. I don't think in this case you would be able to blame the fans all the way.
I mean, look, after WandaVision, I kind of just I was like, all right, everything that I've like been theorizing, I'm kind of like plopping it down a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, man, I would love to see Aaron's reaction if Toby's not in it. Because remember, he's the one dying on the hill.
He's dying on the hill in all three. And I've come to like after WandaVision, I've lowered my expectations so much that I'm just like, I wouldn't be surprised if Toby's just a pizza guy, just a small little cameo. I wouldn't be surprised if Andrew's just some
Anybody
skater
order
kid.
pizza?
Yeah.
Dude, no, remember that one scene that you said that how it would go, where it was like Tom Holland would be like at someone's door, and like behind the scene would be like Pizza Man, Tobey Maguire, and then skateboarder Andrew Garfield, and they would just cross
Yeah,
paths.
it would be like Zendaya and his best friend. It would be like Zendaya, Ned,
And Ned,
and Tom
yeah.
Holland, all just like studying for like a final or whatever. And they order like DoorDash or like Postmates, and it's the pizza guy is just Toby, and he's like the tip is, and then just shuts in their face, And like I would not at this point be surprised if that would be the Ralph Boner moment for Spider-Man 3 if that's all it was.
Because I mean, look, if all they did was give us plant the seed that Toby was Uncle Ben, like that's cool. But it's like I want more than just that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't think you could give us a Ralph Boner, man. I don't think we could handle another Ralph Boner.
Okay, so let's say Toby isn't in
Okay.
Spider-Man 3, right? Spider-Man Tom Holland gets trapped in the multiverse in a different universe, not 616. One of the ending scenes of the movie that's not I'm gonna say in my theory here, the end credit scene would be Tobey Maguire appearing to Doctor Strange in the Sanctum, through the multiverse, and Doctor Strange would make the comment, "You're not from my universe. You're not the Spider-Man from my universe," or whatever. And they kind of like have that visual, agreement.
Mm-hmm.
But what if like before the movie ending, it's like Zendaya and Ned grieving or like consoling Aunt May, and she's holding a picture, and it's Tobey Maguire is Ben, right?
Uh-huh.
And it's Tom Holland obviously is in the picture, right? And she's like, I've lost both of them now. And that's kind of like where it carries on, and that's all we get. And then they show
Because
Toby going to the multiverse.
Yeah, because I mean one of the leaks, or one of the old leaks and one of the old like script leaks and theories that's banned from the comic books, from the Civil War. So in the Civil War comic book arc, Spider-Man reveals his identity to everyone, and fucks up his life. So Doctor Strange uses this like a fucking spell, a little poof, to make everyone in the world forget Spider-Man's secret identity. So what if homie tries that at the end of Spider-Man 3, right? A little poof, and in his poof, he fucks everything up. Right?
He reverses accidentally sends Peter Parker away.
Yeah, he sends Peter Parker away. Or what if the spell makes the way people don't realize it's Peter Parker, because technically he pulled a different Peter Parker. Like he looks completely different, and it's and then he like swap places with that Peter or some shit. You know what I mean? Oh, that would be cool. Imagine, dude, if that's what happens, right? Doctor Strange does the spell. Oh, that'd be fucking nuts. Doctor Strange does the spell. Poof. Peter and Toby switch, right? So Toby is now in the 616, and Tom Holland is in the Sony like original Spider-Man verse. That'll explain Willem Dafoe, Norman Osborn. That would probably explain. I mean, who knows at what time point, but that could probably explain why he's seeing Norman Osborn. That could explain why he's seeing Dr. Octopus, or like a different version of like a Toby timeline, right, or some shit.
There's those images too of the Sanctum. What people assume is the Sanctum, and it looks like there's spider webs, like it's abandoned almost, right?
Mm-hmm.
What if in the Sam Raimi Spider-Verse, because they mentioned Doctor Strange, right?
Yeah.
What if Doctor Strange is no longer a thing in that universe? Like he died or something, or he just quit magic and he no longer does.
Yeah,
and so that's why the Sanctorum is abandoned or whatever.
Cause you're talking about the reference in the Sam Raimi one where they were all like Doctor Octopus, or it was like Doctor Strange. Nah, it's taken. Doctor Octopus. I like it. Like,
yeah,
technically, yeah, Doctor Strange is in the Sam Raimi Sony universe.
he's never shown, but
he's never shown. There. Yeah. So what if they make it that Doctor Strange is dead, and that's why his sanctum looks like shit?
Yeah.
We might be on something.
We're spoiling the movie.
We're spoiling the movie. I'm about to put that spoiler tag on. I am so sorry, guys. Holy crap!
Spoiler alert!
Spoiler alert for Spider. We just spoiled the whole movie.
Oh, this is the fun of seeing these little things and just playing with it, see what they can do.
Yeah, exactly. Like, look, that screen leak, 94 followers screen leak, could be talking out of his ass, right?
Just making the simple connection of Raimi and Toby, that's all.
That's all he could literally be doing. But what we did was we took his potentially ridiculous thing, and we had fun with it. The potentials of what happened from his leak. So, things that we hopped about, dude, if we got that right, holy shit. But also, everything we said is like could be 1,000% wrong. You know what I mean?
Could just be total BS, and it's all three of them are in Spider-Man 3, and it gets resolved in Spider-Man 3, and that's it.
Except for Electro being just an electrician. I'm 100%.
I'm still sticking. I'm dying on the hill. He's just an electrician.
I'm dying on the hill. He's just an electrician. Oh man, that would actually suck. Imagine Jamie Foxx would be in a whole lot of trouble, bro. Jamie Foxx would be in a whole lot of trouble because he hyped that up so long ago. He was like,
What if Electro in the 616 isn't an actual supervillain? He's just like a marketing, he's just like the general from like General Insurance or whatever, He's just
go to Electro to save some time.
Yeah, he's Jamie Foxx, but he's in like the classic Electro costume.
it's like his freaking like animated avatar persona type of shit. That'd be awesome. Oh man, Electro the electrician. Well, Spider-Man 3 is gonna be nuts no matter what happens. Look, Kevin Feige at the end of the day had a very solid track record, and he knows what he's doing. So we gotta trust the man. We gotta trust the process. You know what I mean? Trust the man, trust the process. So this next part of the show, we will be talking about the Amazon show, Invincible. Now, for maybe the next 10 minutes, we will try our hardest to talk about this show in a non-spoilery aspect, because if you haven't seen this show, I highly recommend you watch this show. It's fucking phenomenal. 3 episodes are out right now on Amazon Prime. It is so fucking good. It is basically if The Boys made a DC animated film. So yeah, we're gonna talk about it in our basic non-spoiler review type of thing for about 5 to 10 minutes, as much as we can, and then after that, I'm gonna put the spoiler tag on. I'm gonna give you guys about a minute, and we're gonna go in, man, because holy crap, there's so much we gotta talk about with this show. So before we get into that, I'm just going to talk about what we think about the first 3 episodes, like our overall rating on the first 3 episodes, how we liked it, without too many spoilers, like for sure. And then, yeah, so I'm going to go first. I am giving the show a solid 8 or 9 out of 10 so far. With the 3 episodes we got so far. I'm not saying the overarching season. Just with the 3 episodes we've gotten so far, I mean, honestly, episode 1 might be a 10 out of 10. Like, if we're going, like, by episode. But, like, overarching, it's, like, an 8 or a 9 out of 10. It is fucking awesome. It's really cool. It's like I described, if The Boys made a DC animated film. Really cool, really gruesome. It's not for kids. Don't watch it with your little cousin or your little brother or your child. Unless you are fine with them watching some gory ass, awesome shit with cussing and stuff, because it's awesome. Gabe, how do you feel?
10 out of 10. All 3 episodes, in my opinion.
All 3 episodes.
This is
Nice.
classic Kirkman. This is Kirkman knows how to do this stuff so well. Like, and I think he will go down as one of the best comic writers of like all time, honestly, because he's so good at hooking you immediately. And yeah, I mean, if you've read any of the Walking Dead comics,
Yeah.
you know, this show is almost exactly like that. It's gonna hook you, and it's got those what the fuck moments. You know,
It definitely has multiple what the fuck moments, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Gabe said. This was made by Robert Kirkman. He's more popularly known for writing the comic book series of The Walking Dead. Dude, it blows my mind. It blows my mind thinking about this.
Let's go.
Oh, what's up, Alex? Pleasure. It blows my mind thinking about this because Robert Kirkman wrote this comic when he was 23.
That's insane.
I'm 23. You know what I mean? Like, he wrote this masterpiece when he was 23, and I'm out here 23 right now, bro. And I'm like, oh my god. How? It's so good. Okay, so from what I gather, this is the Amazon show is an adaptation based off of the comic book run. So the comic book run has a lot. I think it has about 25 episodes or 25 like actual books. But it's nuts. Absolutely good. Molly up in the YouTube chat. What's up, Molly? Says, to be honest, I love the series. I literally watched it last night and was amazed because it's not your typical superhero show. 100% right. Not your typical YouTube hero show. It's like, it's cool. It's like, the best way I could describe it is like literally all I think about is like The Boys, right? It's if The Boys took J.K. Simmons and fucking put him in a Batman movie. Like, it's nuts. A lot of really cool things, a lot of cool stuff, aspects to like that it covers. It covers a lot of human aspects with the mother, as well as like the whole growing up. It's, you know what it's also like? It's kind of like Sky High.
It's, yeah, honestly, like the colorful suits, like it's so. I love that it feels so generic superhero at the beginning, and I think that's what surprises you the most about it. Is because you're expecting your generic, you know, run-of-the-mill superhero, you know, stuff.
Yeah.
With, you know, some like parodies of like other heroes that we've seen before, and stuff like that. But then it just it goes, and it goes so well.
Oh yeah, 100%. It parodies a lot of stuff. It parodies the Justice League. I think it mainly parodies the Justice League a lot, and I think releasing this right after Snyder Cut is fucking perfect, dude. I thought it is like the perfect release they could ever do. It just was so great, especially because like there's a scene that we will break down in a little bit, where it very much mirrors a scene from the Snyder Cut. And it's like what would have happened in the Snyder Cut if everything went wrong.
Yeah.
And I love it. So I definitely recommend it 100%. Check it out. You know what? At this point, let's just hop into spoilers. I'm going to put the spoiler tag on. Again, 100% recommend Invincible if you haven't checked it out on Amazon Prime. It's super good. I want to give you guys about 30 seconds to decide if you want to know spoilers or not about the episode. We are going to be diving in really deep on these spoilers, so just so you know, just so you're warned. But man, I'm so excited to just geek out about this right now. I'm excited because you said the next episode is Friday, right?
Yes.
Is it going to be one episode or is it 3 episodes a week? Or that was, I'm assuming it's going to be one, right? It's like a WandaVision thing.
Yeah, there's 1 episode a week. This show just released with 3 episodes on the 26th, which is crazy.
Yeah. So it's probably going to be an episode a week. That's awesome, though. Kirkman said that he has enough material to do 7 seasons.
Yeah, there's a lot of comic books. There's like 27, I think, volumes.
There's 25. There's 25 volumes for sure.
25 volumes, and each volume typically has about one to 4 or 1 to 5 issues in them. So that's a lot of comic material to go through.
Yeah, man.
And from what I haven't read the comics, but from what people that have watched the show say, that they stuck very close to the comics.
Yeah, I've heard that as well, and I've heard that they definitely used the show to go way more gruesome than they can ever do in the comics, which is awesome. Which is really cool. All right, so I think that is a fair enough time to now dive into the episode. So, final warning. Final warning. If you haven't watched the show Invincible on Amazon Prime, we are going to be diving in on it. 2 people just joined in right now, so I'm going to give you one more final warning. We are going to be spoiler diving into the show Invincible on Amazon Prime. If you haven't watched Invincible on Amazon Prime and you don't want to know anything about it, go away in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Holy shit, that show was fucking awesome.
Fucking great.
They did so many things. The Justice League parody in the beginning was awesome. Okay, so let's break down. Let's go down the episode. So the episode started off with the 2 security guards, right? Which kind of introduces one security guard that seems like it's gonna have this overarching story, like narrative going around through the entire like season. I don't know if that character, like if his, because the way that the security guard worded a lot about his son made it seem like his son is a little maybe a little different. I don't know how, but just like that's the way I gathered from like how the guard was talking about his son. So who knows? I don't know if in the comics that guard and his son have a different arc, but I feel like it's a very good mirror to Omni-Man and his son Mark throughout the episode. You know, like the whole like father son and like bond and stuff like that. It's really cool. But we have like that really nice touching moment where like the security guard father where he's like talking about like his stepson and everything, and then these 2 clones come out of the floor. I love them. They're so cool.
Cool.
So their whole, apparently they're 2 brothers, but like one of the brothers died, so he had like the ability to clone himself.
Yeah.
So, but they forgot who the original person is, so they're always arguing to who the original. Like that's so funny. Like that's so good. They're attacking the White House, like trying to make a big spectacle of it and everything. And it works because what's their version of the Justice League called?
The Guardians of the Globe.
Guardians of the Globe. So they start attacking the White House. They're basically about to kill the guard, and then the Guardians of the Globe come out. What an amazing cast of characters. There is basically the Russian version of the Flash. There is a fish Aquaman kind of guy. Yeah, he's so great. There is like a parody of Wonder Woman. There is a this like all green chick that has the ability to phase through stuff. Super cool. There is this like, he's basically like a superhuman guy that can fly, but apparently he's immortal. So that might be a play for later in the series, but apparently his power is immortal. Am I missing anyone else? Is the speedster, the fish, the green one?
Martian Man.
The stretchy one.
Yeah.
And then the Batman parody one.
Yeah,
Darkwing. Yeah, dude. They were awesome. They were so cool. Dude, when they entered in, I was like, oh, this is so badass. Such a badass intro, dude. Like, they were just fucking everything up. What did you think about that whole opening sequence?
I thought it was funny. I was like, oh, this is... it was just like such like a... It was such an obvious parody. Like, they were combining a lot of these like character, like ability archetypes with like other people. Like, I thought it was funny how like Batman was also riding like on like a surfboard type thing.
Yeah,
too. So,
yeah.
Like,
it was kind of like Silver Surfer type of thing.
Yeah, he was totally gadget based, and it was cool. Like, he saved someone, but like they show like he basically kind of like, you know, useless unless if his gadgets fail on him or whatever.
Yeah, he was like,
and she's the girl that he's totally willing to die.
Yeah, he was like about to get squished. If it wasn't for Omni-Man, he would have been like GG'd.
And then yeah, the War Woman's was pretty cool. She had the giant mace thing.
Yeah. War Woman kind of felt like Hawk Girl, or Hawk Girl and Wonder Woman.
And Wonder Woman put together.
Yeah. So awesome. And then Omni-Man shows up, and then it's over. You know, Omni-Man's like the Superman, voiced by J.K. Simmons. Really awesome. Love me some J.K. Simmons. He looks exactly like J. Jonah Jameson. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, funny.
Which is hilarious. But we later find out that it's just like a regular life. You know, he has the kid, he has a wife. That was just a regular day. And I thought that was hilarious. You know, they were all just talking about, like, they're like, what's going on? It's like, oh, they're attacking the White House. It's like, oh, so your dad's gonna be late for dinner or for breakfast? He's like, it's kind of serious, Mom. It's like, yeah, everything's serious. It's like, it's such a hilarious, it's like a hilarious dynamic. It's like Lois Lane must feel like that shit all the time. You know what I mean? Like, realistically. Yeah. And then we find out, so they're the Graysons. Apparently, it's a spin on the Nightwing, the Grayson family in the comics. Mark actually even kind of looks like Dick Grayson a little bit, but his name is Mark Grayson. And he doesn't have powers in the beginning of the show. But we find out that apparently his dad's an alien. It's literally Superman. Like, it's the story of Superman. He's an alien, but it's a little different in his father's story. In his father's story, once they become of age of 18, they're all like, all right, so we're gonna send you to become a protector of one planet in the entire galaxy. And his dad ended up becoming the protector of Earth. Don't get it confused with Uras. A little different. Some people might get it confused. But he became the protector of Earth. So, like, it's kind of like Superman a little bit, a little twist on Superman. And Mark, his son, is half human, half whatever his father's like alien race is. Saying so he has powers. So he was just waiting for the day of him to get his powers. And Mark eventually got his powers. He got it like when he was like working, right? He just threw trash into the fucking space. So super cool, right? We find out Mark gets his powers, but then we notice his dad starts becoming like an asshole all of a sudden for like no reason. And we get some interesting scenes that I thought were funny, like that got to like talk about like some of the superheroes and their own personal lives. We saw like the Russian Flash with his girlfriend. Like, he goes save a chick and comes back and he's like, what did you leave? And he's like, I'm sorry. Like, he's literally talking to you with agony because you talk so slow. And it's like that's hilarious to think about for like speedster problems. Like, you know, like it's real. Like everything is in slow motion basically for him. So basic conversation could be like an hour. You know what I mean? And then it had that really hilarious scene where it was like, you should talk to the fish dude. And he was like, but he can talk to his fish. He's fine. He doesn't need friends. And it cuts to him, and he's just like...
He's just sitting, just all bored.
That's so good, dude. Like, oh, man. But then, we get to the end of episode 1. The Guardians of the Globe have been called. They all go back to their base. And, okay, again, spoiler alert. I don't know why you've been here for the past 3 minutes if you haven't seen the episode. Because we've kind of been going in it. But this is a big fucking moment in episode 1. So if you haven't seen it, just warning you. The last 10 minutes of episode 1 was fucking insane. So, the Guardians of the Globe show up to, I guess, their lair, their HQ or whatever, and then they're all like, yeah. So they're all like, "Oh, who called us? What's going on? What's going on?" And Omni-Man comes out of nowhere and tries to kill one of them. The Flash fucking saves him, and they're all like, "What the hell?" At that moment, you're just like, "Hey, what's going on?
What are you doing?"
Yeah, hey, my man, what are you doing? Hey, yo. And then Did he kill someone first, or does he go for, or did he kill someone else, or did he kill the speedster first?
The speedster is the first one.
He's the first one, right? So yeah,
but he's saving because he keeps going after different people, and like the speedster's saving everyone.
Yes.
And then the speedster decides to
go after him.
I'm gonna attack him, and that was a fatal mistake because they probably could have done something if he had just stayed supporting everyone and like saving them.
And then
but he went to go in on him, and then it cost him dearly.
Oh man! And then the clip he saw with this scene. Oh man, dude. You
need to watch the
rest of the episode.
I guarantee you it's gonna keep you hooked. It's so good.
Like, he grabs his head and just starts
like crushing it.
Oh, dude, I was watching that and I was like, no, and then just seeing his feet. My.
Oh. And like to see like the bruising on his chest and stuff, ripping.
His hands like
start breaking.
Like literally, like once he started squeezing so hard, his hands hurt from fists. It just like, I was like, no. And then, dude, it was so like gruesome, dude. And then just like done. Everyone was like, fuck. What the? And then it just ramped up. Like, it was so fast. And everything after that was just insane. It was death after death after death. Like, I couldn't. My mouth was on the fucking floor.
Like, I'm telling you, the whole episode, I was like, this is cool. This is interesting. And then that scene happened, and I was watching it with one of my friends. And we just started laughing, like, no, what the fuck? And we couldn't believe it was happening.
It was insane. Like, I literally, cause I was like working on something, you know, like I was doing something on my computer and I had it on my TV. And literally, I go from like, what? Like, it was the most insane, like, it was like 10 minutes, right? It was like,
it was a long scene. Or it just felt long because it was so brutal. I don't know.
The fucking, when he took War Woman's like fucking mace and destroyed the fish, dude. Oh my god.
I love it. Because he does absolutely annihilates Batman.
Oh yeah, dude, I forgot about that.
Is it Batman that he throws? He throws, and then like the green chick catches, and she's like, "Oh shit!" And he just
and then it's like, dude, it was Mortal Kombat, dude. It was Mortal Kombat, dude. It was everything we need from the Mortal Kombat movie. Like, that scene.
No.
Was everything we need from the Mortal Kombat movie. Like, it was nuts. Like,
it was so good. I will say that is probably one of the best endings to a first episode I've probably ever seen.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree.
I can't think of anything else that would be that close. Like
the other endings of the other episodes were good in their own right. Like, it's definitely teasing up the rest of the season. But out of all the episodes, episode 1's ending was just so
phenomenal.
Like, it's definitely like, this is the thing that's gonna hook you on the show. You know what I mean? Like, they did a great job of doing that.
And like, talk about subverting your expectations. That was the right way to do it.
100%, dude. I thought like they were honestly when I saw Omni-Man was there, I was like, oh, well, maybe he's gonna like announce, you know, like his son has powers or some shit. Yeah. Or I was like, but oh my god, and I can't wait to like find out what's happening. You know what I mean? Like, cause
I think my question, I'm like, why did he do it? Like, what was the whole purpose behind it?
Yeah, exactly. Literally from the moment where his son got powers, he immediately turned into a dick. You know what I mean?
He just turned into a piece of shit. Yeah.
Like, once he found out his son had powers, he was like, it's like, do you think it's like a thing with his race, maybe?
My idea is that I think he's lying about why he's on Earth. I think
You think they're
he's actually a
invaders?
conqueror. Yeah.
Yeah.
And uh, my other theory is that maybe he was, but then that kind of theory, I was like, oh, after the end of the episode, like, is he killing people that are possibly a threat to his son? Like, and then,
Yeah.
but at the he left. You know, he didn't kill everybody with powers. He just killed the that team. So I don't know. Like,
Yeah, that's very true. Because even at the so after episode 1 and episode 2 and 3, they're kind of recruiting for the new Guardians of the Globe. In episode 2, we meet the parody of or at least one of the parodies of the Teen Titans. They're called the Teen Teens. Um, and in one of them is the robot who is going to be like in charge of casting the new Guardians. Um, and there's like a scene where they're like in the training booth with the new Guardians of the Globe, and Omni-Man is there, and he's just watching them, and he's like pathetic, and it's just like,
yeah,
it's like, bro, what is this man deal? Like, you think he just, like, yeah, so, oh, well, what if that's the idea of what if that's the idea of his home planet, right? Come in, be the perceived idea of the be the perceived idea of the planet's defender, right? Have maybe have
guard down.
maybe have a child, right? So like you have someone that can help you take over the planet, and then conquer the planet. Like once your child is of age, so maybe now that his son is 18 and has his powers, it's like, all right, well now it's time to conquer the planet. And it's like,
well, his son wants to join the teams, and his dad won't let him.
yeah.
That's another interesting thing. So, I'm like so excited because I want to know what's going on.
Yeah.
Like,
There's a
what's
lot of
happening.
there's a lot of interesting things too, because we see like the alien race of that like live on different time streams. So like 30 minutes for us is like 40 days for them or some shit. So they come back like older or whatever, or like 30 days is like 30 years or something, or 30 minutes is 30 years. And like that's why they're like
rusts up and like decays immediately. Like,
yeah, like they die really fast in our time stream and shit like that. It was really cool to see how they dealt with that and everything. I love the Teen Teens. They're hilarious. I love Duplicate. how she has an affair with that one with that one with that douchebag. Dude, because Duplicate can just duplicate her own self. So like she had like a fivesome with this dude because he just duplicated herself like 4 times. Like, oh man, that's hilarious.
it also feels like, because like the Watchmen kind of explored that, like that kind of like theme of like, the superheroes having like this like personal like inner drama, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so like there's like drama in like Marvel and DC, but never to like like adult extent,
like cheating and
like,
shit like that.
Watchmen kind of went into that territory a little bit, and this is going into that territory for sure.
Oh yeah, 100%.
This is it's such a fresh, I think, and unique take on heroes.
Yeah, because we've been just so good with the good cookie cutter, I think the boys did a really good job of showing us we could handle the realist, like the more like asshole gritty. But then this show is like, all right, well, we can handle the asshole gritty, but now let's handle the more realism. This is kind of like literally combining all the superhero genres. It had this Marvel, it had this like Zack Snyder, like DC feel. It had this like the boys feel. Like it really covers all the bases very well. I'm excited to see like where it goes, dude. Like, what did you think when Omni-Man went into the portal and like fucked up that other civilization?
Just destroyed their universe. Yeah, that was crazy.
Destroyed an entire planet on his own.
Comes back with a beard.
Yeah, well, because that's technically it's a different time stream, right? So he was only gone for like an hour, but he was probably actually gone for like maybe like a month or a couple months. Time. Yeah, in their time. So he destroyed like an entire planet within a couple months. Like that.
Yeah, it's funny too, because like there's the whole entire like people like the hardcore DCs who are like, oh, DC's better because it's dark and grittier and more mature, and it's like, I think this show proved that you can have bright colors and still be more mature and grittier.
Well, yeah, let's talk
You
about
don't have
bright
to have a
colors.
dark color scheme.
Dude, his costume is awesome. Or as how
His
he could
color,
say
yeah.
iconic. You know what I mean?
Got it.
It
Yeah.
works so good. It's very simplistic, but it's so like, it's so good. Like,
And it's like this works as a cartoon, but imagine it like, I'm sure I haven't watched The Boys yet, but I feel like maybe The Boys is similar to this, like kind of like generic
visually?
hero,
Yeah,
but, like,
yeah.
with like more like brutal tones and stuff.
oh yeah, 100%. You haven't watched The Boys yet? Dude, that's
I haven't.
something you should. If you like this show, you're going to love The Boys, dude. You would love. It's like if this show was in live action.
Yeah.
The Boys
I would love to
actually,
see more of that.
they were both produced by the same people. This show was produced by Seth Rogen, and so was The Boys. Seth Rogen actually is in this show.
Yeah, he is.
He is
Alan the
the
alien.
he's the alien, Alan the alien. He's like the Cyclops that goes every year to fight their protector to test them. But he was like, oh wait, this isn't Urath. You're like, oh no, this is Earth, man. It's funny to think that no one ever talked to him the entire time. Like literally.
Oh, that was one fight.
Yeah, and they would only go up to him and fight him. And like it took Mark to Invincible to sit down and be like, hey, why are we fighting? He's like, oh, you don't know? Like literally just talking to him, like solve this issue that was happening yearly. You know what I mean? And like it's interesting because from what I heard, the Seth Rogen's character, like Alan the Alien, is like the tease to like the future of the show. Because apparently the show is trying like eventually gonna get like cosmic and like real into space. Like, cause like think about what Alan the Alien said. Like he's literally part of an organization that just tests Earth to see if they're like worthy. So there's like a whole fucking like galaxy and a whole like system of people that are way stronger out there. So it's like it's interesting to see. Like it's kind of like what Marvel's gonna be doing, but I feel like this show's gonna do it way faster than Marvel.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny?
It's
How every other like everyone else is doing what Marvel's doing, but they're not afraid to do it faster.
yeah. I mean, isn't it a little sad that this is also like more comprehensive than DC already?
Yeah, man, dude. Like,
Oh.
like dude, they took DC's, they just took what DC was the best at, animated movies, and they said, "Fuck you guys, we're gonna make a better animated movie with
Making better
we're gonna
animated stuff.
we're making better animated stuff with better superhero stories than the shit you have." Like, man, that's so cool. And it's like I'm curious what Robert Kirkman has up his sleeve. Like I'm sure if they're like this show, let's say goes 7 seasons, right? But they're all like, all right, Robert Kirkman, you're gonna do like how much to write the spinoff? Like boom, and then we're gonna get like a whole Invincible universe. You know what I mean? Because I don't know. Have you seen One Punch Man?
I've seen parts of it. I know what it's about. Like it's just this guy's like so strong that he just kind of like
Yeah.
appears stupid.
So the whole background arc of like One Punch Man is that there is like it's kind of like this. There is a superhero organization where superheroes are tiered. So they'll do like the A tier superheroes, the B tier, the C, whatever. So it was kind of like the recruiting scene where they were looking for the Guardian of the Globe was very reminiscent to like the One Punch Man, like the other superheroes that are like just like the random like superheroes that like no one knows that some kind of suck, some kind of dope, that are like B-list or C-list superheroes.
Yeah.
And then I don't know about you, man, but that new Guardian of the Globe, that's not who I would have picked.
They picked way too many of the team members.
Yeah, that was very biased.
I was also kind of like the douchebag guy. That guy sucks.
Yeah,
that guy
he
hasn't shown
can't-
any capability.
He can't work with a team at all. Like,
No.
literally, he got in a fight with that goblin chick 2 seconds in,
And like Duplicate is cool. She has a cool ability.
but she sucks
I
too.
don't think she's worthy enough to be on a team like that.
Bro, we literally saw the invasion scene. They all got wrecked.
Except for
The pink
what's her
chick.
face? Atomic Eve and
Yeah,
and
Adam Eve.
Invincible.
Adam Eve and
Adam Eve,
Invincible. Yeah. Adam Eve, and then she was like the one that didn't want to be part of the team because like of the whole duplicate and Rex thing. Like,
Yeah,
bro,
I would have picked Adam Eve
yeah,
over the
both
other
of
two
them.
for sure.
Literally, either of them. She's OP, dude. It's like,
Yeah, she's the best one out of all of them.
like Invincible and Adam Eve, both of them are probably a better team than. Like, honestly, the Guardian of the Globe that the robot picked is like literally the B list. You know what that is? That's the team of the Avengers after Endgame. You know what I mean?
That's young Avengers, man.
Yeah, that's the Young Avengers.
That's
that
gonna
really
be the Young
is
Avengers.
The Young Avengers, dude. Like
It's
I like that homie that was like he was like, oh, we need a leader that isn't a robot. Sorry, man. And then but he's like he's a superhero that lost his powers that just has a suit. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, these are all like the worst of the worst.
bad decisions,
I-
it had to be on purpose.
Yeah, I was watching the recruitment scene and I was like, there's so many cool like
Interesting people here.
yeah. But then, so what was up with the ending of the third episode, right? Where the clones escape the prison, right?
Right.
The clones escape prison. Someone's obviously watching him, and they're all like, helping him escape and shit like that. And there's like a twist where the clone uses the other clone as like a bullet shield, and one of the clone dies. But who knows? Maybe the other clone can come back because he said I could always make another one because he's a clone. So he'll probably come back. But the robot specifically says the team, or like, does he say like the team is now like is implying they're recruiting more dangerous people, like for their team or something? Or what do you think that implied?
I think it implied that. Well, I think the robot helped them escape.
Yeah, but like for what? Like it seemed like it was part.
No idea.
It seemed like the boss was in on it too. You know, like because he turned around and told the boss. He was like, "Is everything okay?" You're like, "Yes, the team is being recruited." Or to like I'm feeling like the robot's trying to recruit the fucking, the clone guy, but I don't know why he would do that or how he would do that.
Something tells me the robot
Is Mephisto?
is kind of like an Ultron character,
Oh,
where like he's just run the numbers and he's like, "Oh, humanity isn't worth saving, so I'm just gonna
well,
make
yeah,
the worst team so they all fail." Like,
we literally saw that happen in the episode, basically.
yeah,
Where he was like, this city is doomed to fail, telling them to nuke it. It's like, bro, it's like, hey, wait, hold on, like,
yeah, right. That's why I'm pretty sure he's just causing chaos at this point because he's trying to be like, Earth is not worth saving. Let's kill it.
interesting. Oh man, yeah, it's such a good show. I'm so excited. It's a Friday show, so hopefully we're gonna try to squeeze it into our Friday shows from now on.
Yeah,
because
I'll definitely be ready to discuss it on Fridays.
Yeah, no, me too. Because it looks like our Friday shows will mainly be Falcon and Winter Soldier and Invincible, because we're gonna want to talk about this show. You know what I mean? We're gonna want to break this down every week. It's gonna be crazy. Like, I'm excited. Like, do we know how many episodes the season has?
It's going into mid-April. I know that. Let me check.
Because we have 3 off of launch, and then we're getting next one. Maybe 8? 9? 8, I could see 8 or 9.
8 total.
8.
Last one's airing on April 3rd.
Hey, Disney
Or
Plus.
April 30th. My bad.
Disney Plus, take notes. 8 episodes right off the bat. Consistent timings right off the bat. Every episode has been consistent.
This is what I'm talking about. The running time has been between 42 and 48 minutes. No severe dips like WandaVision.
No crazy 50-minute credits.
Don't feel there's any filler in these episodes.
No filler.
It feels all important. It feels like it's building up character. It feels like I just feel like WandaVision really lacked on that front.
And I didn't even realize that Steven Yeun was Invincible. Freaking Glenn from The Walking Dead is Invincible himself. I didn't even realize that.
Lauren Cohan, Maggie from The Walking Dead, was War Woman.
Didn't even realize that either.
Morgan from The Walking Dead, the first guy that Rick runs into in the show, the black guy, he was one of the. I think he was Darkwing.
Bro, hey, Robert Kirkman is just getting all his favorites, dog.
He's getting all his, and I think he might have learned his lesson a little bit, or I don't know if it was his fault necessarily, but I think with the Invincible show, I think he made it clear that he wanted to follow the comics as close as possible, because the philosophy with The Walking Dead was that they were like, well, we want to like branch it off so that way the people can't see what's coming, you know. Yeah. But I think that ended up hurting The Walking Dead, because I know I lost interest, you know, like,
oh yeah,
it just got too weird and too like, doesn't really feel like the story's going anywhere. It's just kind of dragging its feet along. And I feel like most people that are watching it now too are only watching it because they're like, I just want to see how this ends.
Yeah, like, it's like me watching the CW shows.
I don't think anybody really. There's not very many people left that are watching it that are genuinely like excited and looking to see what's happening.
My sister recently like binge watched all of it recently, and then she was like, "Oh man, it sucks after Rick someone died, Carl died or something," and I was like, "Wait, Carl dies?" And she was like, "Oh yeah," and then it was like, and then Rick goes away, and I was like, "Wait, so who's in charge of who's leading the show now?" And she was like, "I think Daryl." And I was like, man.
And I love Daryl. I think Daryl was never presented as like a leader type character.
Yeah, he's a strong supporting role.
Yeah.
He's not a good lead.
And even then, like, I feel his time to exit the show with impact would have been with the Negan scene where he gets beat, you know? Like, at that point, he had lost everything. And, like, he didn't really have much worth, like, living. And I feel like it would have just been better to, like, get rid of his character.
If it was Glenn and freaking Daryl, I would have cried.
That would have hurt.
I would have,
and that would have actually made me more invested in the show than like. And I think a lot of the reason why I kind of got like, you know, moved away from the show was the whole entire they cliffhang that scene, and then the scene basically got spoiled by the time it aired.
Oh man, I remember. Yeah, it was basically like right after that where I fell off the show as well, right? Like
I watched the first episode and I was like, I'm done. This is dumb. Like, dude, they're cliffhangering for the sake of dramatic effect, and it's not working anymore. It's not the story.
I remember when they left on the cliffhanger, I was so pissed. I saw so many videos, theories, and like breakdowns and people that like slowed down the audio clips and like heard Maggie yell like Glenn, and everyone's like she said Glenn, but all she said was like, it was just her going like in slow motion, so it sounded like Glenn, and everyone's like, she said Glenn's confirmed, Abraham, and then I was like, oh man, dude, like, hey, it's an emotional scene when they actually do it. But fuck, man, like the show definitely dipped off after that.
Yeah.
But I think what this one has over The Walking Dead is that this one's animated. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Compared to but I also heard Seth Rogen's interested in putting this in live action.
Please do.
Yeah.
Please do.
I would love to see this.
I don't think we're gonna get J.K. Simmons as Omni-Man, but like.
Oh yeah, no. Or Stephen Young in Invincible. It'd probably be something.
I want to see that scene from episode 1
in live action. It'd be nuts.
People get destroyed.
Oh my god, dude! But I'm curious if they would just do maybe like a different thing, or like what, or they would completely retell it. You know what I mean? Like, cause it's the same story. But yeah, I've heard Seth Rogen's interested in possibly doing a live action adaptation.
I'd be cool with just like a movie, like, that encapsulates like the important parts of like maybe like a season. But yeah, because imagine like let's just say you take the first scene, where they handle their business or whatever with the Muller twins, or like they take care of like a threat, and then it cuts to them all being called immediately after that save or whatever, that win, to the hall, right? And that's where that scene takes place.
Oh my god, dude.
And then it cuts into like maybe like a Zack Snyder Watchmen-ish, like credits at the beginning of the movie and kind of then drops back into like the movie where it's
To
just
Mark's
Invincible.
life. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that would be insane. Just to
Oh
like
man.
have like a cool scene and then just be like, oh, they're all dead now, like immediately
Dude,
afterwards.
I would like not know how to react if I was in theaters. Dude, imagine seeing that scene at end of episode 1 in theaters, dude. Like in live action or whatever. Just like everyone in the theater would freak out. Everyone in the theater would scream. Dude. Everyone would scream.
It's such a I cannot give this show any more praise. It's so good. Like that ending sequence will forever catch me off guard.
All I'm imagining now, is like a mom watching this with her little kid, thinking, "Oh, it's anime, it's a cartoon. It's okay. It's superheroes. It's gonna be fine." And then the end of episode 1 happens, and then end of episode 1 happens, and the kid's just like, "No, the fish! Mommy, he killed the fish!"
I just imagine like a kid like accidentally putting on like, oh look, a new
Cartoon! Yeah.
cartoon, puts it on, and like the look on that kid's face as that scene happens is like,
Dude, it would just be like, kid would start crying. Just start crying, dude. Just like, they're all. They probably got the kid probably got so attached in the first scene. You know what I mean? Like
they're all these cool characters.
they were probably so attached with the first scene. Like, oh hell yeah! And then I guarantee if little kids watched it, they would love the Aquaman guy. You know, like the fish. They'd probably love him.
It's a funnier take on Aquaman, and I mean the fact that they actually did the Red Rush thing, you know?
Yeah.
Sure, like they're gonna like do some like backstory for some of these characters. Even the Darkwing, like they gave him a little bit of backstory, you know? They kind of went into some of these heroes, you know, like lives. Like, oh, okay, these are gonna be some important characters moving on. We'll see. And then just immediate, like they don't get a shot. They all just
fucking Darkwing got flattened, dude. He got flattened. Like I never thought I would have saw that. Like I never. Like I'm about to go rewatch that scene again. Like just like.
I love that scene is just on YouTube and you can just watch it over and it's so good.
It is. I'm gonna YouTube it. I'm gonna look it up because
so it's actually like only like 3 minutes long, and it is the longest 3 minutes I think I've ever witnessed on. It felt
like
screen.
15 minutes, dude. It felt so long. I was just like, I felt like Red Rush, dude. I felt like everything was in slow motion of pure agony, dude. I was just, it was nuts.
So I guess there's an interview Robert Kirkman did too, and they asked him like, how did you do it? And he's like, well, I don't know, I just had to figure out how to get people semi-invested in these characters because they were only going to be alive for 18 pages. Like, that's an insane thought to think about. Like
I gotta keep
hey,
these guys
here's
invested.
a list of characters that I gotta get people semi-invested in 18 pages, and then I'm gonna kill them all. And then the killing them is going to be more interesting than them as characters.
Dude, I just like literally all you had to show me was the scene of Red Rush and like the Aquaman dude. Like Red Rush's date scene that explained why Aquaman is just so lonely. Like that's like those are like just the only scenes I needed to humanize them. I just like the fish dude just like. Finally, some action! It's like, oh man, he was so excited. Like, he was so down. Oh, he just got destroyed.
I already know there's going to be articles already linking this to The Last Jedi, I guarantee you.
Why?
They're going to be like, well, if you guys like that subverting of expectations, why don't you like The Last Jedi? And it's going to be,
oh,
like,
man.
it's different. It's just different. Like, the whole point is that you're not overly attached to this character. Like these characters aren't meant to have a lot of
Yeah,
mysterious.
like you just met
You've
them.
already seen these characters before.
Yeah, like fake out like killing characters you love. Not fun, not cool. Oh man, but whatever, man. I'm excited.
That was a great show. I am so excited for it.
For some reason, if you're in here and you haven't watched it, maybe if you don't have Amazon Prime or if you just haven't decided to check it out yet, man, I recommend finding someone to watch this show. Because yeah, it's insane. Because it's funny. Because like we've been talking about it the entire time, right? But this theoretically have been people that read the comic, and they know exactly how it's going to go down.
They knew it was going to happen.
They know exactly it's going to go down. So I'm sure it doesn't change your experience of us talking about it and you hearing about it as much as actually visually watching this, because man, it was nuts. Definitely worth your 3 hours of time, or like an hour and a half because it's 40 minutes.
I think my favorite though being finding people who haven't seen it and then showing it to them and seeing their reaction, because it's so
literally
out of left field.
I told like 7 people to watch it yesterday. Like I told like 3. I told my cousin. I told like my friend. I was like, yo, bro, you like I don't care what you're doing, dog. Watch it. Like I just showed my cousin The Boys like about a month ago, and like he fucking loved it. We watched it together, and then I literally was like, hey, bro, The Boys, if they made a Batman animated movie, and then he was like, I'm watching it. It's like, oh man, it's like that's so cool. It's like all you need to know.
It's funny because like this is one of those shows too where like you ask someone to watch it and they can't even BS you if they didn't watch it,
Yeah.
Because like if they could look at the like right now you look at the cover of the show, right, and you're like, oh, it's just generic, superhero.
Yeah.
Like, and like you ask them later, and if they didn't watch it, they'd probably be like, oh yeah, it's just it's good for a superhero, and be like,
oh, so
no,
you didn't watch
it? Did you watch it?
I mean, it was in the background. Oh, so you didn't watch it? They're like,
yeah,
no, like, oh yeah, you gotta watch it, dude. Like it's.
It was so funny because like my friend, like we were watching it, and like, but we were kind of like the same, the tone. We're like, oh, this is cool, interesting, take on superheroes, whatever, And then it was from that scene we were like, we're watching the rest of this tonight. Like we're not.
Let's go.
We're watching these 3 episodes.
Oh man, guys, I can't.
You watch the first episode, you're not gonna stop unless you actually have to leave the house.
That was me, dude. I was like, all right, let's check out the first episode, and then I told you I was literally on my computer doing something else, and then just like, all right, I'm invested. I'm watching these other motherfucking episodes. Nuts. All right, guys. Well, I think that is a good place to wrap up the show for today. Very fun. We had a lot of great fun conversations. We talked about the Obi Wan cast list. We talked about stuff going on the DC and Warner Brothers side, like with Black Adam, Godzilla vs. Kong, which we will talk about fully on Wednesday. So make sure you watch it before Wednesday's stream. We talked about the possibilities of Daisy Ridley coming to the Sony Spiderman verse. We talked about Spiderman, all the drama going on with that. We finally break it down with Invincible. If you guys missed any part of the stream and you wanted to watch a specific part, we got VODs on Twitch and we got VODs on YouTube. Today was a fun little experiment because we were live on both platforms today. If you didn't realize, we were also live on YouTube as well as Twitch. So you can follow us on both platforms there at youtube.com/Future Fandation or twitch.com/Future Fandation or twitch.tv/Future Fandation. Whatever tickles your fancy, really. Whatever platform you like the most. Oh, look at that. We got Double Cold Pea in the chat. He's glitching the Matrix.
Oh, and on YouTube and on Twitch.
He's glitching the Matrix out here.
Super fanning it right now. Hey, also, I posted the link to the Discord again, so go ahead and join.
Yes. You're more than welcome to join the Discord. The Discord will be a open forum where you want to talk about spoilers, rumors, leaks, or just want to talk and hang out. There's a general chat if you ever wanted to just hop in there and talk if someone's in there. And then we have we'll
make some more text channels. We'll make one that's spoiler filled and specifically and leaks and stuff.
100%. We're just starting to start on the Discord. I honestly didn't even know that we could, like, it was Kevin and Gabe that were telling me that we could do more stuff to the Discord. So hell yeah, we're gonna get on that. Gabe, can they find you anywhere?
find me on Instagram and Twitter at Foster Store. I'm on Twitch as well. Hopefully, I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna do this with going back to work and stuff.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's how that goes both ways with Fandation as well. There's a chance that the streams could get off a schedule. You know what I mean? Like if there's a chance where they'll be pre-recorded, and we'll upload it on. We'll figure it out. Sorry, we'll figure it out. Depending on the days, who knows? There could even be solo streams depending on like the one person. Like I could be hopping on a solo stream, Gabe could be hopping on a solo stream. Just depending on, like, for example, let's say if I'm busy all week and Gabe is busy all week, you know what I mean? We could work something out. Foundation will still be here. We'll still be talking. It's a forum. We're just gonna try to be as consistent as possible because both of us are going back. But I mean, honestly, we don't even know our schedule. Like, right? Like we were talking about it. Realistically, we could be going back 4 days a week. We could be going back or 6 days a week. You know what I mean? Or 5.
I'm technically supposed to be going back to work next week, and my schedule's not up, so I don't know.
Yeah, me too. From what I heard, they might even be updated like the day before.
That's insane to me.
So yeah, it's gonna be nuts. It's gonna be a shit show, but it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be exciting. For me, guys, you can follow me anywhere. Friendly the Great, Friendly the Great, whatever. Just remember to follow Future Foundation, YouTube, Twitch. We're on TikTok. We're on Twitter. Yeah, super fun. Check it out. I appreciate you guys being here, and thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out, guys.